Botox last week. For the first few weeks or so of after getting Botox, it's very intense right at the beginning, and I have to really make an effort to draw my eyebrows up here a little bit to make myself look less angry, because for some reason they get pulled out to the side. It's only like within the first couple weeks and then it relaxes, but it's funny. I have to reshape my eyebrows to make myself look less angry. So the idea of getting Botox in your eyebrows is that it pulls them up so that they don't fall down when you get Botox in your forehead, and it does kind of work, except for just this middle portion needs some help, but just for like the first couple of days, first few weeks actually. But my makeup changes a little bit after Botox for the first couple of weeks again, but I have to add a little bit more shadow into this middle portion here. I'm just trying to push it back a little bit to make it look more natural. I feel like it's just really tight in this area. It's not moving, there's no wrinkles there, which is great, we love that, but it's just a little not normal looking to me, and so I'm trying to kind of shadow that out in the hopes of making it less obvious. And you know, honestly, like, most people aren't going to notice this or really care, but I care, so I do what I can to make it look good to me, and then I can go about my day and forget about it. As I said, it's only the first couple of weeks that it's like this, so I don't know why Botox does that, but for whatever reason, after it sets in for those first 3 days where you not really sure if it's working, then it's like really intense for like the first couple weeks, and then it starts to relax. And I think I like the relaxed portion a lot better than the first intense portion, especially for this area of my face. But anyway, I'm gonna finish my makeup and then we'll talk about the Rent the Runway clothes that I got. Noisy. Always noisy. But it's beautiful. Here are the Rent the Runway things that I so got a few different pieces here.
Oh, sweet. We're upgraded on the way there.
Hey!
So we've only got one segment that we're not upgraded on now.
Awesome. 3 outfits that I really like. One outfit that I think is okay and fits me and looks nice, but I think the dress is a little overwhelming for my small frame. One dress that's really pretty, but I don't like the way it fits me. The waist is just too high. I probably won't bring it or wear it. This is my favorite piece by far. Probably third favorite, these pants. I did not expect the pants to fit me. I'm so glad that they do. Very surprising, but a happy surprise. So then I just wear them and send them back and get something different, or I can keep some of these for longer if I want to wear them a couple different times. These are the pants. I've decided to wear these to the plane. This is the outfit that I paired it with. I think it looks lovely. Also, it's gonna go so well with my bag. The only thing that's not gonna go well is the backpack, but I carry everything in that, so that's how it's gonna go. So yeah, let's get packing. This is a great bag. I love this bag. It's international size, but it actually seems like it has like so much space. All these little compartments in here. They've just done such a fabulous job of creating a very useful bag. So we are going to start packing this and fit everything perfectly. And it locks and it does all sorts of wonderful things. But we are packed for San Diego for our conference with our Rent the Runway clothes. It's going to be fabulous. To San Diego. We almost didn't make our flight yesterday. It was a very rushed trip to the airport, but I was wearing a fantastic outfit, and the flight was really nice. As you heard, we got upgraded. It was a 5.5 hour, almost 6 hour flight, but direct from Miami to San Diego. So the next few days should be a lot of networking and some informational sessions about what's happening in the legal market. I'm just looking forward to the next few days. This morning's coffee shop is the Provisional at the Pendry Hotel. Yesterday we had our breakfast at the Broken Yoke, and it was very good. And then we came actually over here to meet a couple people before the NALS conference started. Yesterday was a half day of programming and didn't start until about 3 p.m. But it was there's like 300 people here at the conference. It's probably one of the busiest conferences the NALS has had yet. So a lot of people to meet, a lot of people I haven't seen in a long time. Some people that I've never actually met in person are here, and I'm finally meeting them for the first time, even though we don't even work at the same firm anymore. But it's a really fun experience to meet everyone. The hotel is beautiful. The meeting spaces are also beautiful. So far, the programming has been really interesting. There's a lot of interactive roundtables happening today, as well as some keynote speakers. And then we have a dinner tonight at Lavo. One of the most surprising things about this conference is how well dressed everybody is. Like, this really was a good time to use Rent the Runway as far as outfit goes, because it's a little bit like we're all wearing our best. Rent the Runway was a success on this conference, and definitely the right decision to do that for this experience. The outfits looked great, but I will say wearing them for a conference definitely made some of them stand out more than others. The dress that I was most excited about wearing, the striped dress that had the buttons up the side, so adorable standing up. However, walking and sitting in that dress was made it very obvious how far up the slit goes, and that's probably fine for date night, but not for a conference with all of your colleagues. Made it a little less enjoyable to actually wear, unfortunately, but looked great in pictures when I was standing up. So I ended up changing out of that dress and changing it back into my pants, which I loved and are comfortable and had pockets, so that was nice. The shirt and skirt combination that I brought was also very cute, but the shirt being so short bothered me. I mean, it wasn't too bad, actually. When I was sitting down, like, it definitely wasn't a thing. It was slightly annoying, but nothing that I couldn't really forget about when I was at the conference. So that was good. The last outfit that I brought for this event was the one that I'm wearing today, this flowy dress, which, you know, is really pretty. I think I originally said that the sleeves were a little overwhelming for my frame. I still think that, but it's comfortable and it's easy to put on, and this is what I'll be wearing on the plane today as well. it was nice to have different choices and new fun things to wear. We are finally getting our lounge time at the San Diego airport. It's a very busy lounge. They've got free mimosas and snacks. It's not a bad place to spend a couple hours. Our flight's back to Miami. We have a flight from San Diego to Dallas, and then from Dallas to Miami. There's only one flight back to Miami that's direct from San Diego, and that one was at like 6:30 a.m. And this morning, the NALS conference ended with a town hall. It's about 1:30 now. Our flight leaves at 2:30, so we have about an hour before it leaves. I'll probably be boarding in the next 30 minutes. So until then, we'll just be here. Stephen is reading a book, I'm reading a book, and enjoying a mimosa. Successfully left San Diego and have now made it to Dallas-Fort Worth Airport for the 1 hour layover before our final leg of the flight from Dallas-Fort Worth to Miami. Feeling good about the travel day. I think we made the right decision by spending more time in San Diego to get food and drinks as opposed to the airport. We get into Miami at around midnight on tonight, which is basically Sunday morning. Kind of spending a whole day traveling to get back to the East Coast, but that's what typically happens when you go west to east. You lose a day, or at least half a day. When you go east to west, you gain a lot of time, but your body still knows that you're tired. Do you want to say something to the vlog? The vlog? Stephen calls. Most people call them vlogs. Stephen likes to call them vlogs.
They're called vlogs. They're called vlogs.
Leave a note in the comments below which you think is the appropriate way to pronounce it. And yeah, I'll let you know in the next video what the results are. So we've run into a bit of a flight delay here on our American Airlines last leg of the flight from Dallas to Miami. And it's getting very late in the evening. We did actually board the plane because we were one of the first groups on there, but now the plane has a maintenance issue, and so we had to deplane, and we are waiting for the next plane announcement to commence. We're hoping that in the next few minutes we'll have a better idea of what's going on in the plane, but until then, we're just hanging out here. As long as we don't lose our first class seats, I'll be happy. I'll check back in with you when we get back to Miami, which is hopefully going to be soon. Well, we're back at the American Airlines Lounge in the Dallas-Fort Worth Airport. They switched us to a different gate that didn't have a plane, and then they pushed our departure time back even farther. So we decided we had enough time to come back here for a last drink. This lounge closes at 10:15, so we don't have a lot of time here, but as long as things stay on time, after this, we're getting a new plane, basically. So as long as that plane is fine to fly, we'll be getting home tonight. Otherwise, we have some options to switch to a flight to tomorrow. that's one of the nice things about scheduling your travel for the weekend is that there's not a lot of time pressure for where you need to be. I am out of outfits though, which is unfortunate. But I do have one more last casual outfit that I can definitely wear tomorrow if need be. But we're hoping that we'll be back in our own beds at some point in the early morning hours of tomorrow, Sunday.
Good evening, members and guests. The local time is now 9:45 p.m. and the Adams Club will be closing in 30 minutes at this time. I'd like to make a last call for any items remaining from the bar.
This is one of the reasons why I started making this vlog, is because things like this happen a lot, and I really like to see the practicality of things, of how people adapt and adjust to different situations that come their way. And I tend to have a lot of those kinds of situations happen in my life just because I'm doing so many things and navigating so many things, and I think those stories are interesting, even though it's not a story I'm going to tell at a dinner party, but it's a story that might be interesting to somebody else in their day-to-day life. Also, just reflecting on how difficult it is to keep one vlog to one story about your life. In most moments, there are several different stories happening simultaneously. Like, I had the Rent the Runway story happening this weekend. I had the trip to San Diego happening this week. We have our flights, which is a different story, from Miami to San Diego, and what happens to us during those things. Even if Stephen wanted to be more part of the vlog, like, he has his own stories going on. And so making vlogs is harder than I expected it to be, I think, is because every day there's multiple choices of stories that I could be telling. Your life isn't necessarily summed up very well, at least that I can tell, and obviously there are people that are more talented at this than I am, in 10 to 20 minute slices of whatever's going on in your day or your week. This obviously has spanned several days, a week going into a weekend, but it's still difficult to contain all of the stories of what's happening to a single topic. And I don't know how the edit's going to look. I think I mentioned at the beginning of this video, or at least when I first started recording, that I was just going to record as much as possible and just let editing Brittany take over when she gets there. So we'll see what happens. But it's been a really interesting experience to really make an effort to try and talk to you about what's happening in the cacophony of my life. So I hope this is interesting. And the story is still ongoing, at least the travel part of it is. Interesting reflections that I wanted to share while we have our last few moments here at the American Airlines Lounge in Texas. It's been a long travel day, and things haven't gone quite as smoothly as we would have liked them to, but eventually we will get home, and I'll be sitting on my balcony and talking to you, probably concluding this video. And I will see you all hopefully on the plane very soon. Back in Miami, safe and sound. I have to say that this video is already long enough, and I was not planning on actually doing a whole lot more content for it, but I did want to get some shots of the outfits just to make it a little bit more complete, and was literally interrupted by a helicopter. So if nothing could prove the point of interweaving stories among our lives all the time and how difficult that is to actually separate out in a video, that probably proves that point. So I hope you enjoy. Please like and subscribe. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. That's fine too. That says enough. And other than that, I gotta go cook dinner and start the next vlog. So see you in the next vlog or vlog, vote below.